He's got all the intel. Web3 is a tree. He'll show you where to excel. He's got the insights like a digital magician, unveiling secrets of the blockchain with precision. While stories from the web, he's always in the know. Crypto community, vibing where the treasures flow.
All right, good morning, guys. MegaGMs. Welcome to the Swarm Report. Oh, shoot, dude, I need to change the name of the show. It's time. It's time. It's coming. It's coming. Dude, you guys are killing me with some of these comments already. Moonship, I think it's not going to be long before we all kind of forget about MegaETH. No shade, by the way. I respect the builders, you know what I mean? But, you know, let's see what they're cooking. Let's see. I like the characters. I like the cast. I like the cast of MegaETH. You know what I mean? We'll see. I'm not super optimistic about any of these new chains. We'll see. Katz, I wish you were going to be here Friday. By the way, good morning. Quick GM. Let me do quick GMs, and then we'll get into this stuff. But DK, good to see you, man. Cutie's here. Good morning, man. Katz GM, sir. Happy Thanksgiving Eve, guys. Dude, Stranger Things tonight. I got that like a whole day off. Made my kids' night last night when I realized when it's actually coming out. Moonship GM. Let's see. We're live, you know, the usual places. We're live on Abstract. Now we're live on Abstract. We're live on X. We're live on YouTube. Live on a new spot on X. It finally happened here. By the way, hit the like wherever you're watching. Subscribe to CryptoSlam over here. But yeah, officially now. Okay. I realized as I'm about to say it, I'm wrong. Okay. Not streaming over on the SlamAI account, which is now Slam Nation X. I'm going to drop a link here. Make sure you're following here. Actually still streaming on the Swarm account right now. Just realized. Okay. Follow here because as of like, let's say tomorrow, I still think this week, stream on X is going to move over here. Slam Nation, formerly SlamAI. So follow along over there. Different content, new content, really, really cool stuff coming over here. It's going to look very different too. What you're looking at now, I mean, you're going to get a similar show as the main show, but more different, really cool stuff coming. Anyway, follow along over there. Hey, there you go. You know what? Like, it's like the motto of Slam Nation. By the way, Slam Nation, if you're a builder, if you're a dev, if you're working in AI, join us in Slam Nation. But I take that kind of personal too, right? The raising the bar. It's kind of time even for this show. Well, especially for the show. It's my baby. Especially for the show, it's time to grow this thing and push it a way that I really haven't before and have wanted to. That is now happening. There you go. Yeah. Gravity. Good morning, man. It's time, dude. It's time. There's so much cool stuff coming. You gotta you gotta package it the right way. You gotta put it out the right way. Do justice to all these like incredible builders out there. So exactly what I'll be doing here. Okay, let's get into it because I don't know. I mean, we got a couple minute late start. I was thinking today would be a shorter stream. Tomorrow, pretty likely a shorter stream too, right? Holiday stuff. But we'll see. Again, late start. Maybe we go the full, you know, till 9 or 10 or whatever time zone you're in. We might make it all the way. Also follow CryptoSlam.io over on X. We had a quick actually a really cool announcement yesterday here, so I want to make sure people see. But man, partnering here with QuickNode to offer our token price API, our liquidity API. Again, if you're a builder in the space, again, come join us in Slam Nation. But man, tap into that data. The best token prices in the industry, bar none. Best token prices, because it's not just static token prices, not just here now token price. It's historical token prices. I tell people, man, it's the way back machine of the blockchain. It's incredible. At any historical block, find token price, find FDV, find holder details, find liquidity, everything. Imagine the kind of alpha, the kind of dashboards, the kind of, I mean, for me, I go right to agents giving alpha. Imagine the kind of alpha you can get if something can analyze those historical prices. And again, those other metrics, nobody has it. And I think that's that next level alpha that actually is going to get us into that future DeFi thing we're looking forward to. It's through that. Nobody's got it. Well, we got it. We got it. So come tap in here. Join Slam Nation. We'll give you free credits to tap into the API. Come build with us. It's going to get spicy out there. All right, let me touch real quick on what Kat's mentioned here in the chat. Some really spicy prediction market stories this morning. Starting with, let's go Kalshi. Pretty major ruling against Kalshi this morning. I think we saw this kind of thing coming, by the way, right? I mean, we see this in Massachusetts, but you're going to see you're going to see the gambling, the sport, especially sports betting industry, really, they're going to try to stop these prediction markets. That's simple. That's simple. They are going to lose so much market share to these guys if they don't fight, and they are fighting. Here in Nevada, federal judge rules that Kalshi has to stop offering prediction market contracts. I think it's very specifically sports contracts. But we keep talking about the dominoes that fall. It's just how this space works. More of those dominoes to fall, I believe. I'm a betting man. So I'm betting on that too. Maybe no coincidence that Robinhood announced a partnership here to launch a prediction market exchange. Who is this? Susquehanna? What? You guys can read it yourself. There you go. Kat saying it's going to go into the Supreme Court. It's interesting because like Polymarket's getting the complete opposite treatment. They're just getting approvals left and right, kind of. Polymarket got a big old win with Kalshi taking that big L. We'll see. Katz, is this the liquidity provider of Kalshi? Or are they totally independent? Either way, really interesting. Robinhood had integrated Kalshi. Katz probably knows a lot about this, but as far as is Robinhood like walking back that partnership with Kalshi? Is this still same integration, just bigger? I don't know. Again, Friday, actually, I'll tell you what, next Friday we'll probably dive more into this when we get back into our typical Friday prediction market show. But totally independent. There we go. Okay. Is this like a pivot, Cats? Like kind of a pivot from Kalshi? Hedging their bet a little bit? Anyway, interesting news. The prediction market, future racing right into it. It's getting hot. Oh, they're not using Kalshi anymore. Wow. Oh, that's huge. It's kind of a big deal. Wow. Kalshi wrecked. Not really wrecked, but that's a huge hit. Crazy. Real quick, I had to show you guys. We talked yesterday about that executive order, this new Genesis program, right? The DOE, along with some of these major AI companies. What an incredible thing. I just got to show you, if you didn't see the website, which is probably going to crash my browser, but if you didn't see the website, it's all I got to mention today. More of this, please. You know what I mean? Like, again, we're all such tech heads and nerds here. I don't know how you see this and just don't love it, and love that that's the direction we're pushing. Just amazing site. I'm going to drop a link here. It's worth your time diving into. They put out a fucking fire trailer too, dude. So good. So good. I'm so happy to see that. I don't know. This is stuff I like, in a way, like dreamed about as a kid. I didn't know this is what it would look like, but we all dreamed of the future, like, the Jetsons kind of thing. We're racing there, man. Incredible. What's up, Luna? Good morning, man. Kalshi was getting 1 cent per share fee. Now Robinhood will be taking back all that money for themselves. Smart. Okay. Smart. Makes sense. Man, all right, let's take a look at the market here. We're going to keep today pretty casual. I mean, it always is, right? But pretty casual. We'll move kind of quickly through these topics. But into the crypto market, I'm very curious where we're at. I'm real curious because we have big news. This is bigger news than it might look like, but Texas bought $10 million worth of Bitcoin for its strategic Bitcoin reserve. Man, first state, the very first state to actually buy Bitcoin for its strategic reserve, right? We've got New Hampshire that has a strategic reserve as well. We have Arizona, I believe. And God, I should remember. I think we have one other. We thought Wyoming would go and didn't, but the very first state to actually purchase Bitcoin, which is great. 10 mil, only 10 mil, whatever. We'll take what we can get. It's the start. Man, I think a lot of us thought we'd see this like at scale, like really ramped up. Haven't seen it yet, but the official, USA SBR is the one we really want to see. And that feels like it's coming, whether it's funding it through taxes paid in Bitcoin or I don't know. There's that thought of what revaluing our gold reserves. There's ways. We'll see. Texas did buy the dip, dude. Yeah. I think they bought at an average price of like 87. So right around where we're at now, I believe. Yeah, Texas bought the dip. Yeah, I love that, man. That's great. And yeah, there we are right now. Actually, let me refresh, but I think we're right here still. 87K Bitcoin. Actually, yeah. 87.3. Man, let's hope for a great holiday here. Let's hope for these prices all being up. Would love it. ETH at 2,900, Ripple 217, BNB 864, Solana 136. We're fine here. A little green in the past 24 hours. I'm not expecting much here this week. Holiday week again. Usually a little slow. Over in ETFs, Bitcoin 128 million inflows yesterday. Decent day. We'll take it considering how the past few weeks were. On the ETH side, 78 million inflows. Love it. And then Solana, I'm waiting for like our first day in the red. Do we have it yesterday? Let's see. Also, really want to start checking the Ripple ETFs and the Doge ETF. I believe today officially launches. I thought it was yesterday. I believe it's today. Really can't wait to see that. I mean, okay, hang on. I got excited for a second there, thinking I was looking at Sol. Here we go. What do we got for Solana? Dude, just past 2 days, monster days. 53 million inflows yesterday on the Solana ETFs. Look at how that's ramping up, though. Right? We out of the gates, it was like, this is going back a few more weeks before Farsight is tracking. We were at like 1 million inflows, 3 million inflows, maybe 5. And then you see how it's escalating almost daily, right? From about 13 mil up to 18 mil, up to 30 mil, up to 55 mil, and then 58 mil on Monday. What can you say? The people love Sol. I do too. Man, Tom Lee's great, huh? We need that kind of bull. We need more of these guys. By the way, my browser is getting fucked. Hang on. What can we kill here? Let's kill CoinGecko. Let's kill the Kalshi story. There we go. Tom Lee, dude. Oh, bro. Hudah looking pretty wrecked right now. Look, all the ideas I had for that coin, still have them for when CCM comes back. Let's say if, but I still believe the CCM thing. I believe it can work still. We'll see. Tom Lee still predicting the Bitcoin is going to 200,000 in the next 35 days. Is this man just pumping his bags, or do you think he believes this? Who thinks Tom Lee believes this? That by the end of the year, we see Bitcoin at 200. We're looking at a 2x, more than a 2x. Look, I'm pretty bullish. I am pretty optimistic on all of this. I don't see 200. I don't see 200 by the end of the year. Man's putting in the work. This is the Murad of TradFi, maybe. This is their Murad. Yeah, but I think normies, dude. I'll take them too, Luna, by the way. But I think super normies kind of maybe. I don't know. Kind of scary that that's what they hear. That's the exposure they get. 200K. It ain't happening. I mean, of course we all hope, but it ain't happening. Still, thank you, Tom Lee. We appreciate your work, dude. To get there, we need a few things. We need a lot. We need more than just the stories I'm about to show you. We need a lot, but we do need these stories. We need a new Fed chair this year. Might actually happen, by the way. There's talk. Doubt it happens, but there's talk that we might get a new Fed chair this year by end of year, by Christmas. Could happen. Kevin Hassett now the front runner. Yeah, I'm with you guys. Hope it happens. It ain't happening. And that said, I think it's a coin flip that we actually see an all-time high this year. That's probably extreme still for most people, right? But I still think a coin flip that we see all-time high. We got the date circled. What is it? December 13th or 10th or whatever. Right? We had Nostradamus come in the chat here and tell us all-time high December 13th or 10th, whatever. Maybe. Santa Rally, yes, I'm betting on it. 200K, no. But I would make that bet just for fun for all-time high. Hey, I got that bet on Predict Base, so I don't know. Fingers crossed, boys. We got that. We got the Clarity Act and a lot of progress there, actually. A lot of progress. Eleanor Terrett saying that we will probably see. Okay. Cats, we're on the same page pretty much with everything. So not surprised to see that. All-time high in play. Remember, just 126. It's a lot, but yeah, we can get there this year. 200. Hard to see it, boys. Clarity Act, though, we could see the markup of the bill by the week of December 8th. What is that? 3 weeks off? 2 weeks? That's 2 weeks off. I mean, basically by the end of next week, which is what needs to happen before it's officially voted on. Really, really cool. Really cool. That's what we need. That's one of those big dominoes to fall, is the Clarity Act passing, market structure bill in place. Builders have direction on what they can do and can't do. And this passes, man, there's basic, I want to say like no limit to what they can do, but that's not right. But I have a feeling for a while that's what it might feel like. I think things could get really silly with people coming in and right, there's this innovation exemption that kind of comes along with it. Come, experiment, build. Let's see. One of those things that needs to happen for us to get to 200. That's an if thing. Rate cuts as well. Very likely to happen at this point. We were at 83% on Polymarket this morning. We are at, still 83% for that 25 basis point cut. 50 basis point cut, very unlikely. 1% chance, 17% chance of no change. And that is pretty damn likely too. At this point, man, no cut in December. I'm not sure that's priced in at this point. I'm not. You asked me a week ago, yes. Today, I think we have a little that could unwind still if we get no rate cut in December. That 25 basis point cut might be priced in. It is partially priced in right now. It depends on what kind of talk we get along with it. Hoods, if you get one new entry a day for a year, that's 365, then the market upside and downs, it could jump. Yeah, dude. I'm with you there, like sentiment-wise. We'll see. We got we have a great end of the year coming up with, rate cuts, Clarity Act, right? We have things that move the needle that are coming. Boy, you know what? I think the opposite side, though, if one of them doesn't go our way or none of them go our way, then we're in trouble. So yikes. All right, yesterday, MegaETH, kind of the big story of the day, right? Pretty bullish on MegaETH. That said, not really bullish on how this went down yesterday. Opened up their bridge to deposit your stable coins, right? Get your stable coins bridged over to MegaETH. Get your USDm. That's the MegaETH stable coin. And they had a market cap or a cap of 250 mil. Same difference, which they hit within 3 minutes. 3 minutes. They were offering pretty spicy yield. And so that's filled in 3 minutes. Basically, as soon as they open it, boom, 250 mil on chain. Crazy numbers. Those boys got crazy motion. They do. It's super cabal, and it's good cabal, by the way. I think there's a good cabal on ETH, It's good cabal. Like, Bread Guy's phenomenal. That crew they put together, by the way, I did see a story that I don't love. I'll see if I can pull it up, MegaETH related, but seems like a really, really solid, stacked team and stacked list of investors. And MegaETH is pretty legit. Tech seems good, all that. Anyway, don't love putting out the rules of the game and then changing the rules of the game as they go. And that's exactly what they did yesterday. So again, 250 mil. That was hit in 3 minutes. All of a sudden, they walk it right back. They walk it back. In fact, they decide to increase that cap to $1 billion. Kind of fucking the people, and I'll say kind of because we'll see how it played out, but kind of fucking the people who got in early and got into that 250 mil cap. Crazy. I mean, dude, that was like in 2.5 minutes. Crazy. It went so fast that they decided to bump it up to $1 billion. They wanted to get as much TVL on chain as possible. Smart. Also, don't love it. I got to say again, I don't love it. I don't love changing the rules of the game. And we keep seeing that over and over in crypto. And it's become normalized, and I don't like it. You put out your, you put out the rules of the game, stick to it. That's what I would say. Now, whatever. I'm not running the thing. Okay. So all of a sudden, they'd open up to a bill. They piss off the people who got in early and, again, locked in that spicy yield or at least, it was available to them. Now all of a sudden these guys are going to get watered down. Well, so they thought, so anybody would think. Look, in the end, and I'll tell you this, I don't know how this played out in the end. I don't know if anybody knows. In fact, if you guys know, tell me. They've now walked back that $1 billion cap. To what number? I don't know. I have no idea. But as good as I think that team is, I've seen nothing but fumbles since they've launched. Things like this. Just things that have broken, things they've changed. I don't know. I don't know. Again, I think they're a very talented team. But that doesn't make me feel so great. It kind of reminds me of, this is a really bad comparison, but I'll make it anyways, but Basis OS. I don't trust putting any significant money on any of these chains because I don't trust even the best teams. I don't trust. I don't know. But you would think, like, as mature as this space has gotten, that changing the rules like that late in the game doesn't fly anymore. Like, just wouldn't happen. And yet, yeah, here we are, 2025, and it's still happening. And we're talking about that much money, $1 billion. I don't love it. The way it happened to was kind of spicy. Again, fun. As an enjoyer, fun. I eat this stuff up. But, yeah, let's run through the breakdown here. So, again, 250 mil. They open it up, 9 a.m. Eastern time, whatever. Website crashes. Down for about an hour. They reopen it up within those 3 minutes. 250 mil filled. They announced the increase to $1 billion. You saw guys like CBB actually fudding MegaETH and walking it right back. And again, supporting his bags. I love it. I love that guy, by the way. Tried to get him on the show. Actually, I think he's open to it at some point. Wasn't down back when I'd asked him. It was actually back in like actually the end of Blast. Kind of the end of Blast. It was we'll get him on at some point, I think. But yeah, long story short here, and I'm not going to tell you I totally understand this. I think I do, but they have a multi-sig here to approve transactions. Let's just say in this case, the cap increase here. The 4 signers all signed it. It's suggested they should have had 3 out of the 4 sign this thing because as soon as they signed it, somebody went in and deposited a lot of money. And I don't know exactly how much. But somebody went in and deposited way before they were ready for that. Chud, is that this? Yeah, Chud.eth went in and deposited. I mean, I'm assuming many, many millions. Went in, executed the cap increase 34 minutes before it was. Oh, wait. Is this a team member? So they approved it. He executed it before they were supposed to. That's what it is. I think Chud's a team member, probably. That would make sense. So executed it. It was not supposed to be live yet, but as soon as he did, people saw it. Started depositing. Basically broke the thing again. So then the team queued up more money and capped it at 400 mil. It's very, I don't know, man. It doesn't make me feel safe, secure, whatever in their ecosystem to see kind of all the rules changing and all the fuckery and the workarounds and what. I don't love it. I don't love it. Okay, what I'm waiting to see, again, if any of you guys know how it ended up, like where they really capped it, did they really cap it at 400 mil? Or 500, I guess maybe 500. I think that's it now. Capped at 500. So not a bill like they said, capped at 500. The people who got in at 250, whatever yield they were offered, I believe they're locked in at that. They're still honoring whatever that was. But again, it's a mess. It's a mess, and I don't think it's a great way to start. I don't know who would. And all that said, pretty impressive to see MegaETH, the 5th chain by daily revenue yesterday. Pretty impressive. Let's see. Behind who? Solana. Tron, ETH, Base, Solana, MegaETH. Whatever, man. It's impressive. It's a cool milestone. That might be just a one and done thing, at least for the short term, but I don't know. I kind of love to see that side of it. Boy, it's going to get crazy, the blockchain wars, right? And the stablecoin wars. That ain't done. The stablecoin wars are going to be awesome. And by the way, you win there from super competitive yield. But yeah, Klarna launching a stablecoin. We've heard of this one before. This is not launching here. This is such an interesting thing developing. Many people thought ETH was going to be like the TradFi chain, just this dominant financial blockchain. And it may not be, man. Klarna is not going to be on ETH. I think we know this. I don't think this is new. This is going to be on the Stripe blockchain. And we're going to see an infinite number of new stablecoins. Yeah, some on ETH, some major ones on ETH, but probably most of them on maybe the stablecoin blockchain, on the Stripe chain. Maybe a lot of them on their own brand new chains too. We'll see. Again, real competitive, usually really good for us. We'll see. But the same applies to the blockchain wars and how competitive that'll be. Still, I kind of align with this. Bear and Blast were the last two. I'm trying to think if there were any other chains in the mix, past year or two. But Barachain and Blast were the last two major chains I can think of, and they essentially don't exist now. Maybe, they're up, they're running, but nobody's using them, right? Nobody. When's the last time any of you did anything on either of those chains, Blast or Barachain? For me, Barachain was what was that NFT collection? Whatever those big bear, NFTs were. That's the only thing I've ever done on Barachain. And I'll tell you this, man, I didn't do a single thing on Blast, which isn't a flex. There was a lot of money to be made on Blast, but didn't touch it. And here we are, just days really into the two new chains, Monad and MegaETH. Haven't touched them. Probably should have touched Monad. Actually, there's still an opportunity out there right now. I'll jump to this next. There's an NFT minting on Monad that probably is worth buying. But that said, I didn't touch the last two big chains. I actually imagine I'll use MegaETH. Monad, I'm not sure, unless, maybe I'll do this mint today. But what does this look like, a year from now? Ghost chains, probably. I don't know. You know what I'll say? Okay. We have this debate. Maybe not, dude. We'll look at Mon price, but it's looking pretty good. It's looking, you got a 2x right now. Okay. So, I battle with English. I battle with everybody about, I think the cycle's different, right? And you say, well, look at historical, kind of trends and 4-year cycles in play till it's not, right? I get it. But I still think it's different. And I kind of feel like, and this is stupid probably, but I kind of feel like Monad and MegaETH are different. Maybe not Monad, by the way. Maybe not Monad. If Coinbase didn't have their own chain to promote, I would see them wanting to support their first token launch, right? So I would see them wanting to support Monad big time. I don't see it now. I think they get them off the ground and then it's kind of ignore. MegaETH to me feels different, man. I wish I could tell you exactly why, but I think, again, it's the guys on the team. It's the investors. MegaETH feels different. And again, the tech, I think, is really good. So I'll say this. Monad, my gut's telling me, is a ghost chain in a year. Let's say a year and a half, 2 years, whatever. In the next 24 months, Monad's a ghost chain. MegaETH, don't know. I don't think you're dumb for thinking they're both ghost chains. And I don't think you'd be dumb for feeling like they maybe feel different than these two here. Monad feels better than Barachain. MegaETH feels better than Blast. And I like that too. There was some lighter news this morning. I'm trying to remember what it was, Luna. But yeah, there was some decently big lighter news too. Was it options trading? Luna, did I see that right? But we'll see. We'll see with these chains. I don't know. I'm optimistic, and as soon as I'm going to say it, I'm like, but why? CBB not loving the. Yeah, dude. Yeah, see, Mice. What are you doing on Monad? That's super interesting to me, right? I gotta say, for some reason, those two chains feel different. There we go. Okay, that's cool. That's cool, Luna. Yeah, Robinhood has listed lighter or is going to list lighter, and Coinbase also going to list lighter. Oh, wait, other way around? Lighter's listing Robinhood and Coinbase stocks? Yeah, I feel like they're different. See, again, CBB kind of shit talking Monad. I get it. And I actually agree with him too. I think it was valuation's pretty damn high. That said, you're still at a 2x. Pretty nice. I just don't know about that chain itself. It's kind of like I don't get the why. Doesn't matter too, right? But the why do we need another chain? How are you going to attract apps and builders and liquidity in a way that others haven't. We'll see. But we'll see. All right, let me find that. Let's check at Mon real quick. How are we looking? Yeah, all right. 4.6 bill. There you go. You're almost, you're almost a 2x. You're almost a 2x. I mean, yeah. If you got in that pre-sale, or you got the airdrop, if you got the airdrop especially, man, I saw guys that got 10, 15,000 worth airdropped, right? Or from the claim. And I saw plenty of people who got a few hundred. Either way, a lot of wins out there, which is great. Just so good to see. And we need it. I know traders need to get liquid here. That we need it. But yeah, if you got in the pre-sale, you're up nicely too. So, but so we had chatted when we got the valuation of the token, right? And it's about where we thought it would be, right? Cats, weren't we saying like at 2.5, you probably got a 2x in there, but I don't see a lot more. That's it. I mean, if Monad cooks, there's upside. It's just, it was at such a high valuation. I just didn't see a ton of upside, especially in the short term. It's right around where I thought it would be. There you go. Yeah, some fun memes over there. There we go, mice. Some fun memes. And there is an NFT. Let me show the NFT real quick, because as of like this morning, there's still some supply left, and I am tempted to mint. It's like 80, 90 bucks. Only 10% of Monad tokens released. Coinbase market makers controlling the chart. Fair. Yeah, probably true. It's probably true. Let me jump to the NFT collection. Again, I think there's an opportunity here. I do think there's money to be made here. Just because of who's buying, but here you go. Wasi on Monad. 8,888 editions. When I checked this morning, there's about 3,000 left. Let's peek at that real quick. But I see big names. Some of the, the better influencers there's just over 1,000 left. I see some of the bigger names on crypto Twitter. Shilling it, which is not bad. And like loading up, I saw Zeneca bought like 25 and TMA bought a bunch, and Inverse Bra tweeted it too. Like you might have a win here. It's kind of like with the Fwog NFTs. By the way, Woot, his name's actually Woot. It's not what Woot. We confirmed that. Woot's coming on the Chart Monkey show. Remember, Henry and I have our new weekly show. That's at noon Eastern time. Woot's coming on. Can't wait. That show will also be a Spaces too. So of the Spaces going, Woot's going to join that side, video stream too. But yeah, looking forward to that. I like to look at things where I don't think there's a ton of downside. Risk isn't really there. Little risk, barely anything. 90 bucks, whatever. But there's some upside there, and it's exposure to that chain. It's teaches you to learn the ecosystem a little more. Where's the bridge? Do they have a native wallet? Things like that. 2,000 Mon, 92 bucks, 82% minted out. Again, about, I don't know what, 1,500 left. I'm very tempted to mint one. Very tempted. Skin in the game kind of thing, What happens if I want to build a non-KYC casino on Monad? Think Coinbase would zap it or similar products. I think Coinbase has no say in it, Like it's not their chain. So I think you're probably fine, Base, maybe a different story, but Monad, totally fine, I'll drop a link here. I think this is a play. I do. As much as people are saying NFTs are dead, and man, they really are. I mean, they're really dead, but I am seeing a lot of talk about NFTs still. Like, sentiment is about as low as it can get. And it makes me feel like that can flip when the space gets electric again. It doesn't get much worse than this. Maybe the only scenario I see that it gets worse than this, it's basically like a repeat of 8Fest, right? Big event, lots of cool stuff happening. Prices don't match the energy. In fact, it goes the opposite way. That's the worst case scenario for NFTs. But here, what I can picture is Bitcoin starts its march back to all-time high, we start getting some more airdrops, we get some wins out there. All of a sudden, people just feeling good. People start playing NFTs again because they can, because they got disposable income, because they think more wins are coming. I see it happening. I hope it happens. We'll say that. I hope it happens. I can see that scenario where it does happen. Again, I'm tempted to grab like one or two of these. I don't really want to go bridge and swap and whatever. If I can buy right here and it can convert my ETH, in the same transaction, I'll probably buy two. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see. I think it's a play, small play, but it's something. Just to wrap up the blockchain wars again, Abstract out there trying to survive, doing their thing. I still like Abstract. I do. Luca talking about the ABS token. I like how he talks. I like, I bet on Luca. Luca's saying that they could launch the Abstract token tomorrow, be it 2 to 3 bill FDV. I believe that sounds reasonable. If Monad's at 4.6 bill, Abstract makes sense 2 to 3 bill, like automatic. In fact, I think you could probably see 3, 4, 5 bill, maybe 2 to 3 is super reasonable. Man doesn't want to launch like that though. This guy's looking for 20, 30 bill, which is pretty crazy. But I think if there's a guy who can do it, I think it's Luca. I get why they're holding out. They need to win over some more big IP and big platforms. They got more work to do. ABS doesn't sound like it's coming anytime soon. That token will launch if we get that dream scenario of Bitcoin 200K next year, right? We get a very crazy 2026 and we get that period of euphoria. They launch then. If they launch then, 20 bill FTV, maybe even that's still kind of hard to see. 10, I think, is a little more likely, but that stimmy that would come to this space, people who've been farming points on Abstract and Pudgy Penguins who get token stimmy. What's up, King? Love your update, by the way. We're going to get to that in a minute. Good to see you, man. That stimmy, I think, would be pretty damn significant for this space. So we're watching. All right, on to AI. By the way, King from the UFX project. Damn cool project. Love it. We'll show their update in a quick second. Looking at the AI tokens real quick, 5.62 bill market cap, down, almost 2.5% in the past 24 hours. Quickly, let me just run through tokens, see if we have any big movers here. Looking like no. Farcoin was over 300 mil yesterday, wasn't it? Down to 289. We got Tibber, Toshi, AIC, ALK. Over in infrastructure, it's VET, Virtual, DCAI, IOTX, and UB. Any big movers here? No. And then in DeFi, Venice, Cortex, Olos, Banker, AI Tech, and Mindshare. Elsa still on top. Fartcoin, Cookie, Warp, and Mantis. Okay. There we go. Virtual, same stuff on the board. We did have one launch, and I do think it was live. What was it? Black Hole. Black Hole was live when we went live yesterday at a 1 mil FDV. Repo 3.7 looks solid. I think Tibber's still looking spicy here. I like it. Let's see what else. Anything else looking spicy? PRX, VT. Don't hate that at 4 mil. Let's see. Life AI just on the board now, though. Okay. It's like a wellness project. Dig it. On the board now, Taxat. That launched almost an hour ago. Okay. But live now, let's see where they're at. Let's see how that's looking. It's hard to tell with these things, right? I don't know. Hard to see any upside buying here. You're taking that 50% hit. 50% less tokens than you're purchasing, right? Because of the tax. Do you see life at, a mil FDV to break even? I'm not sure. It's a maybe. I do like One Path, King. Yeah, I do, actually. There's a few on the board that I like. Out of all the ones I like, what do I think is the most potential? It's One Path, right? That coordination layer for robots. It's pretty cool. I get it. I think it's probably too early for that. Maybe but I like the idea of it. Yeah, I like One Path. But I like Life and I like Bitcoin on virtuals. There's a few I like here. don't think I loved Silverback, even though I like the concept, and I think we'll see some big winners in like a DEX with an agent that's trading. I like it. I think Fuku's new, though. I think that's our new one on the board here. So let's peek at Fuku real quick. Actually, more than that, I want to just see who's on this team. That's, that matters the most. Everybody's description, white paper sounds good, right? But who's building the thing? Punk 2070. It's as simple as this. I gotta say, dude, it's as simple as this. It's guy with great mutuals. That's kind of enough for me to bet on a thing. It is. It's for me that simple. Yeah, okay. I mean, that instantly gives it credibility to me. So, yeah, I'm like automatically interested in Fuku. Let's play that video real quick, and then I want to get to the UFX update. Can't wait to try that out too. But yeah, let's play the video. I'm curious what they're cooking.
You suck at trading.
Oh, hang on, no audio.
But Fuku can help. Suck at trading.
There we go.
But Fuku can help. This is your trading dashboard. Here, you can see our algorithmic signals come in and watch our 6 unique AI agents analyze and agree or disagree with them. But 6 agents was not enough. Enter the brain trust. We use 6 different LLMs to produce 14 diverse trading perspectives on any asset or trade idea you may have outside of our signals. Funding rates, volume profiles, momentum, mean reversion. Any approach you could take to trading a chart, we can analyze it right then and there, and Fuku will trade it for you. Have a question? Just ask Fuku. Our in-platform AI assistant is equipped with the intelligence of all 20 of our agents and can simplify any trading concern you could ever have. Not sure where to start? Don't worry. You can fully automate your trades with us too. If you are on the go, sleeping, or don't want to find entries yourself, Fuku will let you follow any combination of our agents' trades and make them for you. You suck at trading. Stop trading. Let Fuku do it for you. Fuku, the future of automated futures trading.
I mean, hell, dude, I dig it. And Cats, I didn't hear. I need to go back and listen. I didn't hear, but I like it. So yeah, this is something I need to get them on the show next week. This is exactly the kind of thing that we've seen a dozen times already launch on virtuals and outside of virtuals too. And it's exactly the thing that we haven't seen like a super successful version of it. That doesn't mean there's not versions. There's platforms that actually trade well. It does exist, right? I think the Kosher Capital agents trade pretty damn well. I'm still like, dude, if they were working that well, our timeline would be full of this. Like just wins that would blow people away, whether it's like frequency of wins or the size of wins, right? Like we would see it. And we're just not yet. And that's not to say they're not winning. It's just not enough. It might be that they win, but the cost to use them is too expensive, which in some of those cases, maybe Kosher Capital is one of them. For me, I think it's too expensive. But there are some that are winning. Somebody's going to find that sweet spot, affordable, consistent wins, big wins, whatever size, but consistent wins, but that anybody can get into. When it happens, I will say over and over and over again, DeFi changes. DeFi tokens all of a sudden, I don't know, 5x in value for the good platforms. As soon as somebody gets it too, everybody else is going to dial in their strategies. They'll tweak them. They'll copy. Will come up with their own, better strategy. It gets really, really spicy. If Fuku comes out and is just crushing trades, game on. So yeah, this is one of those things I definitely like. And I with that guy Punk 2070 founder, whatever, that's something I would bet on for sure. That probably does well next week. That probably does really well next week. That's probably going to be, I mean, dude, let's say depending on the market next week, that could be one of our better unicorn launches. Could be. few mil FTV, but honestly, just depends on this market. We will see. We're going to see some big winners again. We'll start seeing 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 mil FTVs. We're not there now. We're not even close to that now, but Fuku's one of the, I don't know. I like it. I think Fuku's one of those ones you probably want to be playing next week. I think you've got to win there at many levels there in the pre-sale. I'm going to be watching Fuku. Okay. I will get them on the show. They were on the Will and Goon show, so sounds like they're open to coming on shows. We'll talk about the product. Talk about how DeFi is and how man, I mean, really just how far off is or are these platforms that, that just crushing the trades? Is it here? It might be. There we go. That's great too. Okay. Yeah, I think Fuku's going to be I don't want to say it's a must play till I do more digging into it, but it looks like surface level, like a must play. Fuku probably is going to do pretty well. What 2x that you get out of it, maybe something like that. But whatever. I think you got to win in Fuku. So pay attention to that. Friday, I think, is going to be a cool show for us, by the way. As in, not, like I said earlier, it's not that these shows are ever not casual. They're always casual. But Friday, I think maybe the show is more just diving into this stuff and actually doing our research and getting our game plan for next week. So I like. Big news in the virtuals ecosystem. 2 projects that I like a lot. One, Arbus. This is cool. They've been cooking on this one a while. Great to see them announce it. Arbus joining forces with Chiliz. It's a really interesting, sports blockchain. Really cool. They're official InfoFi partners. So anything launching on Chiliz, if they want a mindshare campaign, it's Arbus. That's their official partner. So Chiliz is pretty interesting, man. I think for a while, I'm trying to remember. I know CryptoSlam was partners with Chiliz for a while. I'm trying to remember what it was exactly. I'm trying to remember if it was fan tokens on Chiliz, right? So mainstream sports, and fan tokens are collectibles for sports teams. I think that was part of it, but that's a great partnership. Yeah. But I think Arbus needed to have another path, another avenue for partnerships, and great to see them branch out. Makes sense. It's a very, very nice pivot. Doesn't mean, yeah, okay. I'm pretty positive it's fan tokens here. Yeah, there we go. Fan tokens. Yep. This is great. Big win for Arbus. Huge win. I don't think it means they're done with virtuals, by the way. I just don't think virtuals was enough at all. So probably sticking with the virtual stuff. Now got the whole, and it's a big ecosystem, whole Chiliz ecosystem. I think Animoca's I think they're an Animoca portfolio company too, Chiliz, I think. So just great. So it's a big win for Arbus. Rooting for those guys always. Love to see it. All right, UFX, who I love. Kings, who was in the chat, might still be here. One of the co-founders of UFX. But here we go. Their AI, I think the agent is live, or at least their in-app AI terminal, whatever, is live. I actually need to get on there and actually play around and see. But announcing UFX AI live. Internal testing systems, responsive, not public. Not public. Okay, so behind the scenes, it's live. It sounds like they're letting some people test it, which is cool. So it's a nice win for those guys. I can't wait, dude. I can't wait till you can start researching UAP stuff, right? But in one place, you can't do it anywhere. You can't. Actually, you know what's funny, King? I don't know if you knew this. Hang on, check this out, dude. You might think this is super interesting. I don't know. I went down some weird rabbit hole this morning and found this story. Peter Thiel's got some kind of UFO or UAP database. Did you see this, King? Peter Thiel has a database on UFO experiences. I'm going to play this. Some interview he mentioned it, and I don't think anybody knew about this.
For Jacques from our UFO sloth. Jacques, a question regarding...
By the way, 4 minutes. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but... Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, we'll get him on. King, you should come on too. I don't know if you're doxxed or not, but you're welcome on anytime too, man. But yeah, anyway, Peter Thiel's got some kind of UFO database. So some competition, dude. Some competition. Maybe actually more than that. Here's what it is, King. Partnership opportunity. Imagine UFX partnering with Peter Thiel. How about that? That would then be Peter Thiel's second virtuals like tie-in, right? We got Aristotle, and let's just let's put out some fake news. Let's just start telling people UFX. No, that'd be a cool path for a partnership. In fact, here's what. Okay, here it is. I wonder if your connection to that could be through the Aristotle team, right? Like that founder used to be the assistant of Peter Thiel. So maybe they can make that connection. Something there, man. That'd be cool. Pretty cool. We'll see. Fingers crossed there. All right, quickly. NFTs, and then we're out. Dude, I can't believe tomorrow's Thanksgiving. I can't believe. And yes, tomorrow, always. Quickly look at NFT volume. 8.8 mil in cross-chain sales yesterday. Slow week though, man. Look at buyers way down, sellers way. In fact, I wonder if it's still calculating. I think it's still calculating because that's way low. Okay, yeah. There's no way. If we're showing zeros today, it means some of the sellers, buyers data still pulling in. So we'll skip that part. Sales would be accurate though. Trade profits also accurate. 766,000 in the negative here. D-Market on top, Guardian Heroes, Pudgy Penguins, Deck of Fates. What else? Warblitz on base. I like to watch base collections pop up on the collection rankings. Like base is kind of getting active. Kind of is. People farming, hoping for base tokens. So makes sense to me. Look, we'll talk about this on Chart Monkeys today, but Loki put out a great article. I'll even sum it up here, but a great article on why NFTs are having so much trouble here and misalignment. Look, this thing happened. You know, we lived it. NFTs. Okay, everybody's telling you bought a collectible. The end. You got a collectible. Look, it's not like that's not true, but like just to be totally honest, I think it's time to be totally honest with NFTs. And I'm guilty of this too. I say it's a collectible. That's it. Man, it's not exactly why we bought in, right? It's not exactly why we bought in. We did buy in thinking Web3 is a new way for brands to grow, and while they grow, reward their holders. We bought into that idea that we know it's not an investment, but like wink, wink, it's kind of an investment. And you're kind of investing and you're hoping a return on your investment. Like this is really like obvious stuff, but when NFT prices started falling, when products couldn't figure out how to deliver value back to holders, we started saying, guys, it's not an investment. It's a collectible. Again, it's not like it's wrong, but it's also like you're kind of changing the story a little bit. We did buy in thinking you grow, we grow, right? You grow your company, your business, you make money. Our bag's worth more. It's just saying it out loud, making sure that we're being real honest about this, I think is important. And I think it's time for projects to get back to that because what they started doing, again, it's a really great write-up, is everybody started moving started pivoting and going to Web 2. And none of that comes back to Web 3 and holders. No effect there. None. Doesn't do anything. Nothing. Again, that's not what people bought into. It's because there's really no way to grow here and reward people. It's kind of true, but I think one of the ultimate points of the article is the strategy tokens kind of do fix it if you do the strategy token the right way. And you point to the right ways to do it. You point to Chimpers, you point to GVC. It does kind of work. There's days here, and it's pretty awesome, where they're the only things up, in both in the token side and the NFT side, both up. There's something here that's magic, and it works. And to what degree, and is it sustainable? That's the big unknown here still. But if there's a way that the team grows, holders grow, I think those strategy tokens are part of that. We'll see. Again, so early in it too. But I just like the article. And good State of the Union, but also I'm just glad it was mentioned that we did buy in for a few reasons. One of those is we grow with you. Moonship, you mean like the value of them? They're special because they're like the, original set, or you know what I mean? Like that? Because if so, I'm with you. I do think it's going to age like that. I do. I know we did a little comparison a few weeks back saying like, okay, the like Charizard Pokemon card. What? There's like 10,000 of them, right? And they're worth so much because there's only like 10,000. Still, biggest problem we have in NFTs, very obvious thing, but it's supply. There's so much supply. I mean, we got like 100,000 of like the original great NFT collections of 21 and 22. It's a lot of NFTs. And that's not even counting, 2017 stuff like punks. So there's a lot, right? There's a lot. It's 100,000 NFTs. So it's hard to say it's going to have that kind of value with so many. But then again, if everybody's coming on chain, and then let's do the fun Hopium scenario, everybody has so much money because of UBI, because of what AI is going to do, that scenario still can play out. And I still am betting on that. I think that's, for me, it's actually reasonable. As crazy as it sounds today, I think it's the most likely outcome here. Part of that is because the this new Genesis mission, it's like that is part of the why. And I think it plays out that way. Hopium, I know. Yeah, yep. It's a good point, Moonship. Kindred AI has a new mint coming up. Don't know how I feel about this. Called Sato or Sato. This is with the Kindred AI Clara NFTs. So these are AI companions called Satos or Satos. I don't know. There's so much fuckery on secondary with that collection. Stake 3 Clara NFTs, receive 1 Sato INFT whitelist. There is a token coming here too. So just more NFTs, more tokens. And look, I like the team. I like Max, one of our first guests on the show. I like them. I like what they're doing, but make no mistake, secondary is completely manipulated. Like they swept that thing up to a 1 ETH plus floor and then tweeted out bragging about the floor prices is kind of crazy. And yes, putting out that collection, the Clara, to then drop a token, to then put out a secondary collection and another token has me thinking, what the fuck? A little bit of what the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, come on. It'll do well because I think the team is going to do exactly what they did already, right? Like, again, it's going to do well because the team is going to manipulate secondary. They told us what they showed us what they do already. Why wouldn't they do it again? They're going to do it. They're going to manipulate that floor. I imagine you're going to be up. But if you want to get that now, if you're going to try to buy Clara NFTs to stake and get this thing, you're looking at 3+ ETH to get in. I don't know who's going to do it. So, Oh, I like that. Hey, Hammer. ETH is the Silicon Valley mafia coin. I dig it. Yeah, I dig it. Yeah. Anyway, I had to share that because I know some of you guys in it, and it's we've been following for a while. It's funny to see. All right, we talked about this already. Remember, again, that collection's still minting. I'm probably going to grab 1 or 2. Chimpers partnering with Other Side, collectible packs. I think Chimpers are in Other Side. Avatars too, I think. But I like Chimpers a lot. It's cool to see. What else we got? The Fwog blind box is doing really well. In fact, I'm going to peek, but I think they're at like $900 for the 12-pack. Remember, Woot is coming on the show here in the afternoon at noon. Real excited for that. Really excited. You know what? I forgot I have one more thing to check here too, but let me peek at those Fidgetals. That was like a rare win in this market, right? $240 to mint, $867 now. Again, that's the 12 packs. Individual boxes were like 20 or $25 at 37 now. Oh, I'm sorry, 57. So I mean, you're over 2x on those. It's a cool win, man. Oh, that's right, dude. That's right. I forgot Kins on Say. Yeah, none of it makes sense. It's very little's making sense in the Clara ecosystem. It's crazy. This should do really well. I actually think, okay, so think of this. The NFTs that are coming, the Fwog collection, they're basically being valued at 0.1 ETH. I don't know if people think that's low. I don't know if they think that's high. I'm not sure yet. I actually think they could do better than that even too. Actually, I'm sorry. They're priced at like 0.12-ish. Right? Ultimate holders get 2 free mints. So just split that 867.5, and that's the value of each Fwog NFT. So Those are gonna be pretty interesting, man. Yeah, it could be spicy. And then finally, we'll look at Pizza Ninjas, who had their mint yesterday. It did not mint out. So I'm actually a little confused about their supply. I thought it was 1,000 NFTs minted. Thought it was 1,000 NFTs priced around $1,000. So I saw that they sold 600. I think they must have sold more than that. Hang on, let me think if I'm mathing right. I thought it was 1,000 NFTs, right? But their total supply now is at 2,800. So what I really think is they had a 1,500 edition new mint, doubling supply, right? They had 1,500 before. I only saw 1,000, but for them to be at 2,800 mints now, right? Yeah. So it might be that the team actually minted more and has some in a treasury, and only 600 or 800 were actually sold. That I'm not sure, but floor price 0.014. I mean, it's over mint price. I don't think it's over mint price for people who had the initial collection, the original, 1,500. I don't know. But a lot of FUD out there for them. I don't think they deserve the FUD any more than anybody else minting a collection right now. But I don't know. As long as the holders are happy. As long as holders are happy with what they got, then GG's. All that matters, right? So, rooting for TO, rooting for Pizza Ninjas. Really tricky market to be minting in, and it shows why I think Woot was so smart, just coming up with just a more clever mint mechanic, right? And product that he's selling, physicals in a blind box with a free mint on ETH, just really cool. Really, really cool. Really looking forward to chatting with him about how and why and timing of it and just all of it. So will be a lot of fun. All right, we'll wrap there. We have, hang on. Let's see. This is Mice on the sidelines watching the NFT hype last cycle. Don't want to miss the next NFT Mania whenever and whatever chain that happens on. Yeah. I think it'll be Bitcoin in a few years. I don't think we get Mania for a few years here, but when it comes back, I think Bitcoin. But I wouldn't want to miss it either, because if that scenario happens, I still see it as bigger than last time around, which most people are not going to agree with, but I agree with me. All right, tomorrow, same time. There's a chance tomorrow earlier, but I doubt it, but I doubt it, but maybe. And if it's earlier, it may not look normal. It may be, actually, tomorrow might be a Spaces. Basically, if I do it earlier, I will be in a different location. Because I get loud. I want to get loud. I'll keep you posted, but we are doing a show tomorrow, so stay tuned. If there's any changes, I'll tweet them out. Subscribe to CryptoSlam on YouTube. Follow us on X CryptoSlam.io. Follow Slam Nation X, formerly SlamAI. SlamAI still exists, by the way. That is our AI product at CryptoSlam, but the account now, my account for the show. And I'm growing this. This is now my baby. This account's my baby. I can't wait. So a lot more coming, a lot of content coming, more builders from outside of virtuals, from everywhere, really. And I'm happy. I'm excited. All right, boys, have a great day. If you're not here tomorrow, man, enjoy your Thanksgiving. I hope it's just phenomenal for you. Eat lots of food, all that. But I imagine we'll be seeing each other tomorrow. And so there we go. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.